Have you ever seen the woman you love, your own wife, completely unraveled in the arms of your best friend? I have. I saw it on a moonless night in the Hamptons, hidden in the shadows of a secluded beach path where even the waves seemed to hold their breath. But the truly insane part isn't that I saw them. It's that instead of exploding in rage, I reached out and took the hand of his wife, Chloe, who was standing right next to me, weeping in silence. As her delicate fingers trembled against my palm, I didn't feel sorrow. I felt a visceral, jagged thrill I'd never known before. This isn't just a story about infidelity. It's a record of how four people wearing elegant masks destroy one another, and what kind of twisted pleasure they crave amidst the wreckage. My name is Peter, and this is the beginning of my most sophisticated and most depraved revenge. My wife, Emily, is perfect by every standard. A high-powered investment banker, sharp, elegant, and always composed. People ask me if I won the lottery when I married her. But the moment our penthouse door shuts, our home becomes a silent battlefield, a gilded morgue. "What's for dinner?" I'd ask. Emily wouldn't even look up from her laptop. "I ordered a salad. Yours is in the kitchen." "Want to take the convertible out this weekend?" "I'm tired, Peter. Let's just stay in." There was conversation, but no connection. We treated each other like well-maintained pieces of furniture. Our only oxygen was Mark and Chloe. Mark had been my best friend since college, and Chloe was his wife, and Emily's closest friend. The beach house in the Hamptons was obscenely beautiful. In that glass-walled villa where the sound of the Atlantic bled into the living room, we grilled dry-aged steaks and uncorked vintage whiskey. As the alcohol took hold, the conversation began to drift across forbidden borders. "Mark, you're a lucky man. Having a woman like Chloe as a wife," Emily said, swirling her glass. Her eyes were darker, heavier than usual. "What are you talking about, Em? Peter is the gold standard for husbands," Mark replied with a smirk, refilling Emily's glass to the brim. In the moment, I felt a strange shift. Emily laughed at Mark's joke, letting her hand linger just a second too long on his forearm. Mark's gaze didn't move from the neckline of Emily's silk dress. I tried to look away, tried to ignore the tension. As the night deepened, Emily suddenly stood up. "Oh, we're out of ice! Mark, didn't you say that gas station around the corner has those premium ice bags? Come with me." Mark didn't hesitate. He grabbed his car keys instantly. "Sure, Peter, Chloe. You guys stay here and relax. We'll be back in a flash." After they left, an awkward silence filled the room. Chloe was the one who broke it. "Peter, do you want to take a walk? I need some fresh air." The beach was quiet. But as we neared the end of the path, tucked behind the jagged rocks, a rhythmic sound broke through the crashing waves. A jagged breath, a familiar moan. I froze, my hand instinctively gripping Chloe's arm to stop her. And there, I heard the sound of my life shattering. In the shadows, my wife Emily was draped over Mark, her arms locked around his neck, letting out sounds she never made for me. And Mark, my best friend, was holding her as if he owned her. My head went white. Nausea surged, and my blood turned to ice. Seeing my wife react so hungrily to my friend's touch, it crushed me. I looked at Chloe. She was watching too, her hand over her mouth, tears streaming down her face in the dark. In that moment, something snapped inside me. Sorrow? No. It was an unbearable humiliation, and at the same time, a cruel, dark curiosity. We fled back to the villa before they saw us. A few minutes later, Mark and Emily walked in, laughing, carrying a bag of ice. I sat deep in the leather sofa, staring intently at Emily as she tried to casually fix her messy hair. "Which station did you go to? You were gone a long time," I said. Emily flinched, tucking a loose strand behind her ear. "Oh, the one nearby was closed. We had to drive a bit further." I stared at the faint red mark on Emily's collarbone and asked again, "But Emily, why is your hair such a mess? Was it that windy out there?" Emily's eyes darted away. "Oh, you know how it is by the shore. The wind just catches everything." Mark leaned over, pouring a drink with a fake, confident smile. "The ice is melting, Peter. Let's have another round." Watching that smug grin, I thought to myself, if you two decided to make me miserable, I'll make sure to drag you both into hell with me. Later that night, I found Chloe alone on the deck, broken. I can't do this anymore. My husband, with my best friend. Her voice was a whisper against the ocean wind. I took her tear-stained face in my hands. Why should we be the ones in pain, while they're up there laughing at us, enjoying themselves? Facing Chloe so closely, a mix of shame and an unknown heat made my whole body tremble. The adrenaline of breaking the ultimate taboo. I pressed my lips against hers. Chloe, why don't we give them exactly what they're getting? Only ours will be much, much darker. She hesitated for a heartbeat, then pulled me in with a desperate strength. Since that night, our world has twisted into something unrecognizable. Whenever Emily and Mark sneak off to a hotel after work, Chloe and I make our own reservations. While they sip cocktails at a rooftop bar, thinking they're so clever, we are in the room right next door, consuming each other. Every time I hold Chloe, I think of Mark. The realization that I am violating the most precious thing you own is a more powerful aphrodisiac than anything else. Sometimes, the four of us still have dinner together. When Chloe brushes her foot against my ankle under the table, I smile at Mark and Emily, who think they have me completely fooled. Peter, you seem so happy lately. Is something going on? Emily asks. I smile back and say, yeah, I started a very interesting new project. You should look forward to it, Emily. We won't divorce. Divorce would be giving them their freedom. We intend to keep this suffocating, shameful play of four going, to humiliate them perfectly while we crave each other even more fiercely behind their backs. That is the cruelest, sweetest revenge we've chosen. So, I have to ask, in this dangerous game of sharing husbands and wives, who is the real winner? Or are we all already living in a hell we can never escape?